The Galactic Council chamber hummed with the peculiar mixture of translated voices, each species contributing its own frequency to the cacophony. Ambassador Krelix of the Thornian Empire leaned back in his gravity seat, his four eyes gleaming with barely concealed amusement as he addressed the silent human delegation. 300 cycles, he announced, his mandibles clicking in what passed for laughter among his kind. 300 cycles since Earth discovered faster-than-light travel, and still they contribute nothing to galactic civilization. Murmurs of agreement rippled through the assembled delegates. The human ambassador, a gray-haired woman named Chen, sat motionless at her designated station, her face an unreadable mask. No technology worth trading, chimed in the crystalline voice of the Lumina representative, her translucent form pulsing with superiority. No military might to speak of, no cultural achievements that haven't been done better by others. Perhaps, suggested the methane-breathing Vexillar delegate through his translator, we should revoke their council membership. Surely a species that isolates itself on one primitive world has no place among the stars. For 3 centuries, humanity had indeed remained quiet. They had accepted their single vote with grace, established embassies with courtesy, and traded their modest resources without complaint. They had listened to the council's debates, observed the shifting alliances, and quietly taken note of every species' strengths and weaknesses. They had been the galaxy's wallflowers, present but forgettable. Ambassador Chen finally stood. The chamber didn't quiet immediately. She had to wait nearly a full minute before the mocking laughter and dismissive chatter died down enough for her to speak. The Thornian Empire, she began, her voice calm and measured, has 17 colony worlds. Impressive. The Lumina Collective controls 43 star systems. Remarkable. The Vexillar Dominion commands a fleet of 8,000 warships. Formidable. Krelix snorted. Is the human finally going to boast about Earth's single overcrowded planet? No, Chen replied. I'm going to tell you what we've been doing while you've been talking. She gestured, and the chamber's central holographic display flickered to life. The assembled delegates leaned forward, confusion replacing mockery as images began to appear. While you dismissed us as primitive, Chen continued, we've been building, not outward like you, inward. The display showed Earth, but not the Earth the Council knew. Massive space elevators pierced the atmosphere like needles threading sky to ground. Orbital rings encircled the planet in gleaming bands. The moon had been transformed into a manufacturing complex visible even from Earth's surface. You thought we were confined to one world, Chen said. You were looking at the wrong metric. We don't measure our civilization in planets conquered. We measure it in efficiency gained. The next image showed Mars, but not the barren red planet in the Council's databases. Terraforming equipment covered its surface like a metallic skin, atmosphere processors working in perfect synchronization. Early settlements dotted the landscape. 7 years until full terraformation, Chen noted. Our second garden world. But it was the next series of images that caused the first gasps of genuine shock. Venus, shrouded in manufactured orbital mirrors, its hellish surface being systematically cooled. Europa, its ice shell drilled through to reveal vast underwater cities. Titan, ringed with fusion reactors harvesting its hydrocarbon atmosphere. Even the asteroid belt had been transformed into a sprawling network of mining facilities and habitation modules. You spread thin across the galaxy, Chen explained. We concentrated everything in our home system. Every rock, every moon, every available resource. We learned from watching you. Overextension is weakness. Krelix's mandibles had stopped clicking. The Lumina representative's glow had dimmed noticeably. Our population, Chen continued, her voice growing harder, stands at 47 billion, not spread across dozens of worlds and vulnerable colonies, but concentrated in the most heavily defended star system in known space. Our industrial output exceeds the combined capacity of the Thornian Empire and the Lumina Collective. She pulled up new data, and the chamber filled with shocked silence. Our fleet, she said simply. The numbers were staggering. 20,000 ships, each one incorporating technology reverse-engineered and improved upon from every species in the Council. Thornian shield technology refined, Lumina energy weapons amplified, Vexillar stealth systems perfected. You gave us 300 years, Chen said, her voice now carrying an edge that made several delegates shift uncomfortably. 300 years of your technological specifications in council records. 300 years of your military capabilities displayed in joint exercises. 300 years of your cultural archives, your histories, your mistakes. She walked slowly around the chamber as she spoke. We studied while you mocked. We learned while you dismissed us. We built while you assumed we were doing nothing. Ambassador Chen stopped at her station and placed both hands on its surface, leaning forward. The Galactic Council wants to revoke our membership. Please proceed. Vote us out. See what happens when humanity is no longer bound by council treaties on territorial expansion. The threat hung in the air like a blade. Or, Chen continued, her voice softening slightly, you could recognize that Earth's silence was never weakness. It was patience. And perhaps going forward you might consider treating us as the equals we've been all along. She sat back down, and for the first time in council history, the chamber remained absolutely silent for a full 5 minutes. Finally, Krellick spoke, his voice lacking its earlier mockery. Perhaps. We have been hasty in our assessment. Chen nodded graciously. Perhaps. The Lumina representative pulsed with what might have been embarrassment. The motion to revoke Earth's membership. I moved to withdraw it. Seconded, came multiple voices. As the session adjourned, delegates filed out in stunned silence. Some cast nervous glances at the human ambassador. Others were already calculating how this new information would shift the galactic power balance. Ambassador Chen gathered her materials slowly, a slight smile playing at her lips. Earth had stayed quiet, learning and building in the shadows of louder, prouder civilizations. But there was an old human saying she had always appreciated. Still waters run deep, and now, finally, the galaxy was beginning to understand just how deep Earth's waters truly ran.